A gay pride parade. I say it is very offensive. It is very offensive for gays to be running around groping each other in the park. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's very fair for you to make fun of people whose lifestyle is not the way you want it to be. And I think it's...
Oh, really?
I think it's kind of sad, you know, because, like, they don't hurt you, what they do, and, you know...
I'm saying it's offensive, you stupid nitwit. It's offensive, isn't it? And you're offensive.
Well, it's not fair. I'll tell you what, because people like you're the people that cause the problem. People who are gay, they have it very rough in this world, okay, because of people like you. And I think, wait a minute, because I think that because you people make it so hard for them to live that they have a lot of, like, mental disorders and things. Wait a minute, because, no, listen to me.
Oh, shut up. Wait, what I'm trying to say is, Larry, what I'm trying to say is, they have no right going into a park, a public park.
Well, they do have a right. They're citizens also.
Wait a minute.
You know, I pay taxes just like you pay taxes. I've got a right to use the park. You've got a right. You've got a right. The park belongs to everybody.
What I'm saying is...
You want to make it like it is in China. You'd come in there and machine gun down somebody just because they're in the park, and you don't like the fact that they're there. Well,
Larry...
Hey, mister, I think that stinks, okay? And I'll say this about that. I think that the gay people in this country have had a pretty bad... Wait a minute. They're having a really bad... And I think that we should say a prayer for them right now. Our God, please help people like Wally to understand that there are some people in this life...
You see what? You are being...
Why are you so angry all the time? Why are you so angry? You pick on us all the time. You pick on everybody. You don't have to be angry. There's nothing wrong with somebody going down to the park, and if you don't like the way they're dressed, so what?
What I'm saying is...
It's not fair.
Wait. Listen. Hold it.
You guys be quiet. It's not fair that you should treat people just because of the way they dress or something like that.
What I'm trying to say, sweetheart, what I'm trying to say is, in this gay pride festival, hold on, they are taking over the entire park for their festival, and all the gays... Wait a minute. They are. All the gays... Wait a minute. All the gays and lesbians are going to come to the park in Santa Ana. First, they're going to march through the streets, holding hands, kissing each other. Is that sickening?
Okay. Look, you don't like people the way they dress and the way they act, and your audience doesn't. But I know the people at home are fair, and I want to tell the people at home.
They can't hear you. You know what?
And it's not fair for you to be like that. You know what? Sticks and stones will break my bones, Wally, but names will never hurt me.
Well, hold on, Larry. Wait. Hold on, Larry. Here's something that might hurt you. You're out of here.
Wait a minute.
NBC, that wild, wild West man.
You will not start this interview by degrading my audience.
They're degrading themselves. I'm not doing it.
Listen.
Wait a minute. Let's get to the issues. Let's get to the issues.
Yeah, the
They're
issue
not
is,
an issue.
The issue is they can spot a phony in 5 seconds.
How come they didn't spot you?
I want to say something. Hold on a minute. I want to tell you something. Wait a minute. I want to tell you something. Now, I was on this guy's so-called conservative radio show in Sacramento, California, and I want to tell you something, Downey. I resent the charges you made on your so-called punky radio show, saying that I was a disgrace to the conservative cause, that I didn't know the facts, that I didn't know what I was talking about. You are the one, baby, who are a conservative come lately. You're the guy who used to sing in stupid saloons, and all of a sudden, when you couldn't make it as a performer, you decided maybe you could make some money being a conservative. You're the phony. I'm the one who knows what he's talking about.
You are calling.
All right, answer that.
Now, do you want to hear some facts? I'm the same kind of phony, Wally. I'm the same kind of phony. If you want to let me answer, I'm the same kind of phony that you are. All right? The same kind of phony you are. I worked in saloons, and I worked in motion pictures, and so did the President of the United States work in saloons and pictures.
Wait a minute. He also was the governor of the state of California for 8 years.
That's absolutely right. And for the Times, I'll agree with you, he's the best man we have for the job available today.
Don't try to pacify me. You are always criticizing Reagan all the time on that radio show of yours.
I'm criticizing Ronald Reagan for having the soft underbelly of this country exposed to communism again, with guys like Deaver, with guys like Baker, with a vice president like George Bush. These are the people who will sell out to the Henry Kissingers of this world, and we're in damn big trouble.
No. We are in damn big trouble because guys like you are allowed to be on the radio.
You're wrong. If it wasn't...
Wait a minute.
All right.
Those people that you're talking about, Deaver and all the people, are Ronald Reagan's choices to be in the White House. I have news for you, Downey. You're not good enough to shine any one of their shoes.
You're coming up with the usual simplistic answers, Wally, that conservatives who don't know what the hell they're talking about spout. And you've got an audience out here.
Hold on.
You've got an audience of monkeys out here who do everything that you tell them to do.
Hold on a minute. I'm warning you. The next time you...
Don't warn me, punk. Stay in your seat. Stay in your seat. Stay in your seat, Wally. Stay in your seat.
Here we are back. I'm Wally George, and my guest, some people just cannot control themselves when they're wrong. And obviously, I punched the wrong nerve on Mr. Downey, and he couldn't take the truth. So once again, we have a so-called brawl almost on our hands here. Well, I went and talked to Downey, and now I think if he's able to control himself, perhaps, Mr. Downey, we can have a conversation. Do you think you're able to do that?
As long as it's you and I one-on-one, Wally, I'll check my brain and we'll start even.
Oh, right. Let me tell you something. You see, it's people like you, Downey, who are really... You tell me that I am starting things, that I am not right for the conservative cause, and you jump up and want to physically attack me and you can't take the fact that the audience realizes what a stupid jerk you are. I mean, why? I mean, if you're a conservative, if you are a conservative, why don't you act like at least a human being on this program?
I'll act like a human being. I expect to be treated like a human being. Let's discuss the issues.
All right.
And if you have some people in your audience who have enough...
And they booed me!
Hey, because I like Wally and I'm tired of all these fathead liberals.
And I got up from that stupid studio and I said to Phil Donahue, you and your Chicago PTA fat little ladies are a bunch of jerks.
We love Wally George!
I'll tell you this, hey, I'll tell you this about these gays. They can do anything they want to do, but don't have them ask for our stamp of approval. They are a bunch of perverts. I'm saying to all the news media here tonight, I'm saying this. The American Civil Liberties Union is filled with subversive pinkos.